So, as we saw in the last class, the direct approach, which means the sharing of good news, and the indirect approach, the writings, the messages which convey bad news. And we talked
Right.
about AIDA, AIDA. AID stands for awareness, attraction. I stands for interest. D stands for desire,
This.
and A stands for action. So if you want to be a persuasive communicator, you should be aware, first of all. We just spoke about what is awareness and how it helps. You have to be aware, and you have to arouse interest in the person you are talking to if you're convincing. And there has to be desire. You have to arouse a desire in the person, the interest plus desire, and then persuade the person, the subject, to take action. So how will we go about it and how to start with? So when you're talking about we already did this in the last class. When you start with the main idea, when you're making a direct approach or a good news approach, you start with the main idea, like you request. The phrases already are given over there so that it can help you to understand better. Like, please send me your latest catalog. Good news, your loan is approved. So these are the lines, the opening lines, which can make a person feel good about. And when you're talking about bad news, when you're conveying indirect, buffer it. Don't go directly to the point. Always show appreciation. Like, thank you for your letter, thank you for your interest shown. But unfortunately, at this point of time, for example, you are sending a letter for internship or for employment, so which maybe doesn't turn out well. So if the person writes, thank you for your letter, or your thank you for your interest shown in our company, but at the moment we don't have any openings. However, we have shortlisted you, and in the times to come, as and when there's a vacancy, we'll let you know. Instead of saying that, sorry, we are not able to at this moment, there's no vacancy. So this looks sort of rude also. So when you're writing business letter, always keep in mind you have to be polite. So buffer it. Of course, the bottom line is the sad news, the bad news, but then start with buffering. And when you are in a persuasive, when you're convincing, so when you have to attract the AIDA, the attract the readers, attract the reader and attention. Attract the attention. Why? Because you want something out of the person. You are aiming at something. So no, you will not pay higher taxes this year. It means this is a very attractive line. कि आपको, you don't have to pay higher taxes this year. The opening line, like, if now, never. If you have not seen anything, this is the lifetime moment. And such attractive one-liners will always persuade the listener or the reader of the letter to quickly open and see. Okay, this is the first and the last time offer. Which, if not now, never. So such lines will always give you an opening to continue with the reading letter. And then what? First the main idea, and then explain. The main idea, the explanation always follows the main idea. Like, details to help the reader respond correctly. Devices for easy reading, like bulleted lists and numbered questions. Development of your attitude, position, emphasis, and reader's benefit. So highlight all these things. Make it easy for them. And for bad news, explanation and alternatives, like needed details, answer to questions, tactfully embedded bad news. It means you have to be very, very particular about giving bad news. Very tactful, very skillful. And here your communication skills will come. how politely you can decline something. Yeah, the counter proposal, ideas for getting needed help or for future changes, sales promotion or other products available. Always give them alternative. Like, sorry, we don't have uh, the product XYZ, but we do have the product um, WX, if you can go for it. Always give them some alternatives. And when you are persuading, arouse the reader's interest to continue reading the letter. In fact, thanks to Fred Moore, your taxes are lower this year, or create a desire to help. Reader details, so clear benefits to reader. Tell the reader how this is going to help them and in what ways, and how you're going to end it. Always end with motivation and polite closures. Clear and easy action, appreciation, polite closure to build goodwill. Like thanking the reader once again is a very polite closure. And like there are a lot of phrases. Looking forward to continuing to your continuing cooperation. And there are many such phrases which you can use, which can be inspirational also, motivational also, and phrases which can make the reader feel good about. And then in the bad news, you have to be positive, you have to be friendly. You're not going to end the person's life. So positivity has got to be shown, even if you're talking about indirect approach to communication. And friendly closure, like appreciation always should be there. Invitation for future action, good wishes, and forward. And we look forward to something good. Like I said, we don't have the openings at this point of time, but yes, we have shortlisted you, and we'll definitely get back as and when there's a vacancy, which can be, um, which may be in the coming future, or maybe in the time to come. We'll definitely get back to you. So keep your doors always open. Do not shut doors in front, shut doors for people. And when you are persuading, easy action, clear and easy action, appreciation, closure to build goodwill. It's the same thing. You are convincing, the action should be very clear, easily understandable, and you are closing or ending the session with the letter with a goodwill to respond. So, what are the things you will be including? Visual aids, catalogs, pages, brochures, if you're writing uh, for sales promotion or something. Supply whatever is required. Do not wait for the person to write to you again to ask for catalogs or brochures. In the first instance, send everything. Furnish the details. And application blanks, stamped envelopes. Send the person, if you're sending bad news, furnish the person with blank application forms or stamped envelopes. It gets easy for the person to respond or revert. And similarly, when you are talking about persuasive communication, furnish visual aids, stamped envelopes, things which can make the reader, things which can make life easy for the reader. Now, this is a fairly a large chapter. So again, the detailing is given. Now I have made you listen to whatever I read it out, and yes, if you need anything, this has got to be for your keepsake. What is keepsake? You have to keep this with you to refer to again and again. What is to be done and how it is to be done. What is more important is that everything is ready. Everything is ready made. You will only refer to it and start writing. So can anyone give me the details of how you will start direct approach? How will you start? How will you end? And what will you explain? Can anybody give an example?
Direct approach is all about good news.
Okay. How will you do it? That you already know. We have been discussing this for the last 2-3 classes, I think. How will you start a good news? Yeah.
Ma'am, for example, a recruitment message that you are recruited. It is a good news message.
How will you start? Give me the layout. So how will you start? Just now we did. Start with. This is how you start. First, the main idea, then you explain, and then you end with a motivation. Start with the main idea, request, please send me your latest catalog or whatever. Yes. Sushi, come on.
We'll start it with main idea.
So what is your subject? What is it for?
For recruitment.
Okay. You're calling people for interview, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How will you start?
Ma'am, by writing the subject.
No, and that I'm not asking that. The content, what will it be? How will you start? Dear Mr. Somesh Kumar.
You are selected.
ऐसे ही कोई तामझाम कुछ नहीं. You're selected. ऐसे ही.
As you have given the
Firstly,
interview.
we take a CV. So firstly, we take a CV. After we take an interview.
Okay. तो तोशी कुछ नहीं लेगी. इंटरव्यू में नहीं लेगी तोशी.
मैम कोई डायरेक्ट अप्रोच जो आप बताई थी उसमें तो डायरेक्टली मतलब गुड न्यूज आता है ना. प्रोसीजर थोड़ी डायरेक्ट रिजल्ट के बारे में.
प्रोसीजर अभी पढ़े ना हम लोग. प्रोसीजर होता है even with letter for recruitment. So first you're going to ask for you will call for the interview, no? How can you say you are selected? Just one line.
मैम आई थॉट कि गुड न्यूज रहता है तो डायरेक्ट रिजल्ट के बारे में बात करते हैं.
Again I'm sharing again. See. Direct interview, start with the main idea. I think please send me your latest catalog. The person has started with this, right? It means the person would like to buy something. Any company which receives something like, please send me, like I'm a student and I would like to take admission in CIMAGE. Please send me your catalog, the brochure. This is good news for any college or university that a person is interested to study here, right? So you are asking for recruitment, like you are calling people for an interview. So how will you start your? So this is, you start with the main idea, whatever it is. You cannot just, yes, you are selected. No. You always start with the main idea. The direct approach, see, the whole column is for direct approach. Direct approach used for situations, start with, then end with. This, the whole account, see. So give me your opening line. You're calling people for interview. How will you start? Please refer to your application for the post of dash dash dash. We would like to say that.
Ma'am, your resume is received.
Okay.
Ma'am, is this okay?
Wouldn't you start with your, please refer to your application, dated, reference number. for the post of management trainee in organization. We are pleased to inform that you've been shortlisted to come for an interview or to face the interview on such and such date. And please remember, no TADA is. कैसे लिखोगे ना? We'll have to write down. You need to write. Start write. And if you have not yet started writing, start writing. Because you are going to need all these things. What I'm going to do now, this organization plan is done and dusted. We are finished with it. Now I'm going to share this with you. Refer to this and write letters. Write, I told you in the very beginning. You write a letter for your direct. I would like to see how you're framing sentences. The direct approach, the indirect, how politely you can decline somebody, and your persuasive approach. And in the next class, we'll discuss something on this discussion on AIDA. So I already have a content made on what is AIDA and how this is going to help you in your writing plans. So we have done a lot of oral work. So let's do some written work. Business English means business communication means speaking plus the theory and the practical all put together, right? And communication skills, the technical skills are very important. And if you have not started yet, this is the right time you start writing something. I'm sending this right away, right now on your WhatsApp. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right. The last time I'm asking you, today I'm going to enter the marks and for mark you, for those who have not yet done, please WhatsApp me